everyone, welcome to the first ever weekly review of wrestling. I'm Awesome Infinity, joined by my boy, Joshua. Go check out his channel, Lemur Goat, right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
We will be talking about Raw, SmackDown, and possibly future events that could happen, and just kind of random stuff otherwise.
Yeah.
But mostly wrestling.
We'll try to keep it 30 minutes, maybe, potentially. I don't know. Maybe.
Starting off with Raw.
Ooh, not Jimmy. Jay comes out, says Jimmy, yada, 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 builds up the WrestleMania match. Fight breaks out. Solo comes.
Yeah, I feel like I really don't know. I mean, I think we all know Jay's gonna win here.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, same with the Bloodline. If Cody wins at WrestleMania, what are you supposed to do with them? Does Jimmy shake hands with Jay and they reunite or something?
I don't know. I mean, eventually you're always, when you induct the Usos into the Hall of Fame, because they're going to be a Hall of Fame tag team, I believe, you're going to have to have them be together. So maybe it's like DX, and Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they break up and then come back together.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that. Another thing, Jimmy said, "I never turned on you." Blood really just super kicked him in the face at SummerSlam, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, Jay would already be champion right now. Speaking of SummerSlam, I think that match should be what they did at SummerSlam. I think it should be a tribal combat match.
Yeah, a tribal combat match would have been fire.
And they can still do it, but you got to do it soon, man.
I mean, what? Now there's 2 weeks until Mania, right?
Yeah.
So the time's ticking.
Indeed it is.
Next up, the match between DIY and the Creed brothers.
This was a lot more than it should have been. I
just thought Creed brothers random team they threw in there.
Yeah, but it wasn't overall probably the most. If I were to say what is an average tag team match, I would literally just throw this at your face. This was just a tag team match. And DIY won. They deserve a push. I mean,
yeah, they definitely deserve to be at Mania. I think this, for some reason, it reminded me a lot of Elimination Chamber, where it was Judgment Day versus the new Catch Republic. It reminded me of that match where, there's close spots and it was a really fun match, except the winner was definite, right?
Yeah. However, that ending was questionable.
Yeah, a roll-up after all that, just a roll-up.
But again, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean, it was a pretty good match, but the ending was...
Yeah.
Just a roll-up. You could have done anything other than a roll-up.
Yeah. I mean, overall, okay match. Congratulations to DIY for qualifying to WrestleMania.
Yes, good for them.
Speaking of that match, I actually genuinely have no idea who's going to win that.
I would put my money on Awesome Truth, but I don't know. I just, for some reason in my eyes, I don't see them having Judgment Day retain.
Yeah. I mean, my opinion, I think Rhea Ripley is actually going to win at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They're going to have somebody lose at Judgment Day. That is what I will tell you.
And I don't feel like Rhea's going to lose. They just, why stop her now,
Yeah.
She's like Roman, basically.
Yeah.
Next up, Cody gives an explosive promo to Mr. Rocky Maivia.
Some of this we cannot say right in front of this camera right here.
Yes.
But anyway, he talks smack about him, and yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good snap back at The Rock.
I mean, they call The Rock the final boss, but I mean, he's the final boss, but what has he done that Roman hasn't?
I know.
You may think he's the final boss, but he hasn't even had a match since he returned. Roman's cooking.
Wait a minute, sorry.
Roman's the final boss in this era.
I mean,
tonight.
wait, when was The Rock's last match? It's like Eric Rowan.
I don't
I-
even know.
What was that? WrestleMania 30
Can't remember.
32 maybe.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, man.
But like, bro hasn't except that wasn't even a full match. It was one move.
Yeah, it was just a rock bottom in 6-second match.
Yeah, so The Rock hasn't had a really full match in a really long time, so he might even have ring rust.
Yeah,
He might be
I
rusty.
mean,
Also, LDS.
yeah. But moving on to the Awesome Truth, who qualified.
I mean, like,
Good for them, man.
yeah, and the Judgment Day story, they have to.
Bro, you just knew when R-Truth and the Miz were there, it's gonna be a funny ass ending, bro.
Yeah, and like, it's just like, they're just the Awesome Truth. They're just like, they're workhorses. Miz and R-Truth, they've worked like basically every week. And think about how long each of them haven't held a title, not including the 24/7 championship.
Exactly. I just feel like that the Awesome Truth could do so good. I don't care if they hold the titles for long.
Yeah.
But I want. I'm speaking facts here. Fight me. The Miz is actually like maybe top 10 wrestlers. Because if you think about his career, like he's done pretty much everything there is to do except win a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
He's not won many events, but like
he's won.
he beat John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania once.
He has held multiple WWE titles.
And R-Truth is just he's R-Truth.
I mean, like, everyone loves him.
Yeah. He has the most sold shirt in WWE right now.
Yes. And then also New Day qualified.
Let's go.
New Day rocks. New Day
What
rocks.
are we doing?
I don't even know.
Anyway, so we all love the New Day.
Yep.
We can never hate the New Day.
Obviously.
They're not going to win the match.
Probably.
But at the end of the day, they're the New Day.
Yeah, like, you have to have them in any form of a WrestleMania.
Exactly.
They're just like such a famous tag team. You can't not have them at the biggest WrestleMania of all time.
And for the Judgment Day, like, I feel like they have to be in the match because they're the champions. They have to do really good. Here's an example. So, let me base this off this. We got the Judgment Day. Some people love the Judgment Day. Some people hate the Judgment Day. But at the end of the day, they're going to be the Judgment Day, and they are going to cook because they are actually really good wrestlers.
Yeah, they're really good wrestlers. And the ladder match, it's not going to be a technical match. It's not going to be like Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 21, I think. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be like a car wreck, right? It's just going to be a fun, random stuff match.
Yeah.
Like Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 38,
Yeah. It's going to be so unpredictable. Like Darwin Núñez style. He sometimes scores, he sometimes doesn't. If you watch soccer/football, you'll understand that. But moving on to Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre having beef.
Yeah, I mean, they've actually done a really, really good job of building this matchup every Monday.
Not only that, they actually have me stumped on who's going to win. Because Drew, he hella deserves it, bro. And he could actually be a good champion. But what are you supposed to do with Seth? Seth's like, he's Seth. He's the architect, the visionary, the revolutionary, whatever, any other nickname he has.
The only thing I could see them doing with Seth if they lose the title is he could switch to SmackDown and chase after Logan Paul for the U.S.
Oh, yeah, he could do a Jey Uso. Speaking of Jey Uso, how is the red guy on the blue brand and the blue guy's on the red band? Like, I don't get it. But, yeah.
Becky Lynch versus Nia in the last woman standing match.
Wow. That was... You don't see many of those on Raw nowadays, and that was a good one.
Yeah, like, Raw, I mean, like, they've had good matches, like, Gunther versus Chatty, you know.
Exactly. I just feel like anything could have happened in that match, and it lived up to the hype. It really did.
Yeah.
And Becky won, which I liked, but my one problem with this show was that too many good guys won. We got DIY,
Yeah.
we got Awesome Truth, except since we just finished Raw, they actually made up for that with SmackDown.
Yeah, I do feel like also like you don't get a lot of good Raw matches like that are like stipulations like the last woman standing. But it was pretty good. The ending was insane. But Becky's winning too much, and that just makes me think that she's gonna lose at Mania.
But they made up for all these good guy wins at SmackDown.
Yes. Overall, I'll give the show 4 stars. Awesome show.
Yeah.
Definitely could have done better.
It's a good show. It's just not perfect.
Yep. No show's perfect.
But here's SmackDown. Starting off with Rey and Santos.
I mean, like, Rey was out there like it was 06 again, jumping over barricades.
I mean, that was a good match, and I love the ending. The thing is, commentators kind of sold. They were like, who was that under the mask? Come on, everybody knew that was Dominic.
It was dumb. The rumor since WrestleMania 39 was that Rey and Dom were going to do a mask versus hair match.
I mean,
like, Rey is in the thing with
Rey, if that
Santos.
happens, Dom better not win.
No.
WrestleMania 40 is where good guys win.
Cody. Hopefully. Bailey. Hopefully.
Yeah. But, I mean, just good match.
Yeah.
Just good match.
It was a good match. If they don't do
Dom's
Rey versus Dom down the road, it's going to be bad.
Speaking of Dominic, poor guy got booed at his wedding.
Yes, Dom has not had the best fortune.
I mean, I know it's a joke, but like...
Yeah, they didn't actually hate him. But, like, it's just funny because it was Dominic.
I know. Moving on to Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus Dawson. I mean, I could have expected more.
Yeah, like, the bar was here. The DIY versus Creed Brothers was, like, here. This match was, like, here, you know?
Yeah, it was... I mean, it was too short.
Yeah.
I felt, and... I mean, there was cool spots every now and then. But another roll-up, like...
Yeah. And, I mean, like, I guess you do have... If Austin Theory and Grayson Waller do make it to WrestleMania, I guess you have to do something with them because Austin Theory,
they're not making they're gonna have the Street Profits, man.
You
can't have the Street Profits in that match. You have to.
Yes, so
except I do want them to do something with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
I hope like at WrestleMania they have a match and a legend comes out like Stone Cold did at WrestleMania 38 and just beats them up.
Yeah, like
that was hilarious.
I do like. I mean, I guess that you had to do something with Theory, right? I mean, he beat Cena last year, and they have to capitalize on that somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I do love Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. They're an awesome tag team, but I have to admit, I kind of miss U.S. champ Austin Theory.
Yeah, like what is Austin without the title?
Austin was amazing. But you know what I do want? People have wanted this ever since Austin Theory even had the title. Logan Paul versus Austin Theory.
Bro, they need to do that. And now Logan has the title.
I know.
So they can do that now.
Another random thing on SmackDown. Apparently, like, Randy Orton and KO met up. And...
What?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and Pretty Deadly, right?
Yeah, and they're having a match.
I mean, like...
Okay.
Do they really have
Speaking of that, speaking of Logan, speaking of KO and Randy, I mean, rip Logan, bro.
Bro, I mean, like, Logan could win. There's a chance Logan can win, right?
I like KO. But at the end of the day, you kind of got to have Randy win.
Yeah, but like, I'm like I said in my video, I might be stupid. I don't know if it's gonna be Logan or Randy. They could have Randy get another one. They could have Logan retain. I mean, KO and Randy, they're already made men.
Now,
Logan isn't fully.
unlike John Cena, Randy Orton is probably has 2/1 more year of his career. And he
Yeah,
could definitely hold the US Championship. KO, I feel like you should be the one who isn't pinned.
yeah.
But moving on to the Street Profits with AOP. Now, speaking of this storyline, the Street Profits did qualify, and they're probably going to be.
But the one thing I
Austin
have
and Grayson.
is you do need to have another healed team besides the Judgment Day, right?
Yeah. Like, one more problem with this match is another roll up. Like, seriously?
Yeah, and
I mean, I know they had to because technically AOP were undefeated until this point.
yeah.
But like,
I mean,
really?
yeah. Like
Really?
also like the storyline between the Street Profits, Bobby, all them, and the Final Testament. It's been slow. Nothing's really happened.
Just give us Karrion Kross versus Bobby Lashley. Just put it out.
I know.
Come on, just give
but,
it.
Like it's.
We don't need to wait any longer. We know what's happening.
Like it's not that good of a feud. And they need to do something. This is like the first match where the both of them have collided.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, man.
I mean, like the Street Profits need a win, and it was a decent match.
Moving on to Io versus Naomi. I mean, nothing happened until the end.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out, I might not have the best memory, but has Naomi actually gotten a win since returning to the WWE?
Wait, that's a good point. I feel like Naomi I don't really care. Just put like somebody out there, like Alba Fire, and make Naomi win.
Yeah, like she can keep putting people over. She signed with the WWE.
I know you cannot have Io lose in a match before WrestleMania, but like, come on.
Like
Naomi's actually a good wrestler.
So yeah, and they just signed her, so they need to give her someone that she doesn't have to put over.
Remember, like 2 years ago / 1 year ago, when we were like, could you imagine if people started hating Io? She's the only person in Damage Control we like. POV now.
Now it's bad. Anyway, Bianca also did come out, so I want to ask you the question, Josh. Bianca and Naomi versus the Kabuki Warriors at Mania for the tag titles.
I like that idea, and I think it should happen. And yeah, they said they wanted to have a tag team together, so like.
Yeah, and like you need to get Bianca on the card. Naomi's returning, so you want to get any other free agents. Say like, hey, you can have a big spot at WrestleMania, you know?
Yeah, I believe that is true. And also, I just feel like sometimes I feel like sometimes WWE fans are just a little bit like, I don't think they understand what's happening. They were chanting for Bayley to come out, and then I think they quite legitimately forgot that Io beat Bayley up right before that match. Like, how is she just supposed to come back? It took Rey Mysterio like since November to come back. Like, what do you want Bayley to do, bro?
True. But overall, it was a pretty good match actually. But
yeah, it was okay. Yeah. Everyone knew it was gonna win.
Yeah.
Moving on to the main event,
Roman versus Cody. It was okay.
I mean, I didn't, except for the end, nothing mattered except for one other part. My brain got completely fried when I realized that Cody Rhodes and his brother were the first people to be the Shield. And I'm like, yo, WrestleMania 40 has been being planned since 2012.
I mean, like, it's crazy. I never realized that.
I mean, I just got thrown back. I'm like, how long has this been planned for? Like, y'all waited 12 years for that singular line.
I mean, like, I don't want to be the guy, but I'm pretty sure it was a coincidence.
Yes.
I don't think they actually, like,
I know.
12 years in the future, it's going to be the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
But I will admit something. Look at Cody Rhodes back then, bro. I might have to say this. There's been so many people who've gotten massive pushes, but out of all of them, Cody Rhodes might have the biggest push in WWE history.
Blood became the 4th person ever to win back-to-back Rumbles.
I know. Bro is just a guy who used to carry a paper bag around.
He used to team with his...
Bro was named Stardust at one point. Like, what is that? Like, what is that?
Yes. Also, another thing. People are saying Roman versus Cody hasn't got that much build. Okay, I understand it, but, like...
What?
I mean, like, people are saying, like, this is the first real build they've had for this match, just the singles match. But, like, bro, this build has been going on since the 2023 Rumble. The stories happened since then.
Bro, this is the final book of the final chapter. Like,
I know. Like, the stories already happened. This is just building on.
I know. POV Roman, actually. I'd say this. Out of all this, I'd say Cody Rhodes has a 50.1% chance of winning.
Yes.
Roman has the other 49.9 chance. Cody just has that one over the edge.
There's one thing that I found an article on, that apparently there's a rumor that MJF is gonna cost Cody the match. Like,
what universe did you come from, bro?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not happening.
Why? I'm not an insider, but I'm pretty sure he's still signed to an AEW contract.
Yeah. And then, of course, Jey Uso and Seth Rollins came out. Bro, Roman got played. Roman actually got played.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have liked to see a fight, but, like, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. But yeah.
Yeah, you know, I feel so awkward now that I realize that as soon as the show ended, like, what did Seth, Jey, Roman, Cody, like, what did they do?
I guess they just walked away.
I hope they didn't just started greeting each other, dabbing each other up, and saying, "Hey, good show, guys, good acting." And the fans were just looking at them, and people on TV had no idea. I hope Roman, Solo, and the rest of the bloodline just backed away into the entrance stage.
Yeah.
I hope that's what happened. But the last thing that actually happened on this show was LA Knight literally invaded AJ Styles' house. Like, what?
I mean,
y'all really, WWE really pulled up some cops to come out there.
I mean, like, I could see, like, I could tell it wasn't real.
But they did a pretty good job.
They had
4-year-old me would have been convinced.
Yeah. Now as a smarter kid, I definitely think that was not real.
They did a good job of shaking the camera.
Yeah. They definitely tried their best. I think they actually pulled off a better execution than I would have thought.
Yeah. Also, the one more thing is when LA Knight was beating up Styles on the ground, bro, his fists were literally nowhere near AJ's side. Bro was going like on the ground like that. Like, bro's knuckles actually died from the ground.
Hey, but you know what? It's not about wrestling, if it's real or not. It's about how entertaining it is.
Worldwide entertainment.
Not worldwide wrestling.
Not WWW. Okay, whatever.
Anyway,
that's pretty much it for the actual shows that happened. But let's talk about upcoming events, like WrestleMania.
Boy, I'm way too hyped for WrestleMania.
I know, bro. I can't watch Sunday, but Monday morning I am not going on YouTube to check or like Peacock or anything. Monday afternoon I'm going on and watching the full main event.
Also, guys, can I just give my school a clap? Because I have the biggest test of the year the day after WrestleMania. Yay!
Wait a minute. We have it before WrestleMania.
I have the biggest test of the year on April 8th and 9th. So let's go.
I got it April 1st and April 2nd. Yes, sir. But one more thing I want to talk about that has nothing to do with wrestling. So if you are here for wrestling and you don't watch soccer, then I will see you next Sunday, I think.
Or maybe just skip a little.
But tell your friends to watch this now, because it'll be outdated by tomorrow night.
Yes.
Because that's what.
Just skip a little. We'll do our outro soon, so just skip a little.
But if you're a soccer fan, stay here. Oh my God, the Premier League. What is happening? What is happening?
I mean,
if it comes down, Man City is falling apart. They're still doing great. The only trophy they have like a pretty much 100% chance of winning now is the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously, everybody's rooting for Coventry, though. I mean, they're literally a championship team.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about with the?
There's also the fact that if it comes down to goal difference, Arsenal's winning it.
Let's go. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Yes, who isn't unless you're somewhere in Manchester and you're not a Red Devil from Manchester United. But yeah, and then poor Harry Kane, man. 2012 to 2023, Bayern have won the Bundesliga, and then 2024, they ain't, because Bayern Leverkusen are cooking 39 games in a row now, almost 40.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, whoever made the Champions League quarterfinal draw deserves a raise.
Yep.
I mean, who put Real Madrid versus Man City?
Yeah, I have a feeling that it wasn't scripted. It was scripted. I mean, yes. Anyway,
yeah,
that's the end of our soccer segment. If you care about it, awesome. If you don't,
then why are you still here?
Anyway, one more thing I want to talk about. Okay, this is why I told you to skip ahead. There's one rumor. So actually, I'm gonna do a rumor from WrestleMania. So if you don't want to know it, just skip to the when there's 20 seconds left of the video, okay? There's a rumor that John Cena, Stone Cold, and The Undertaker will be at WrestleMania 40 in some capacity.
I hope so, man. I hope it's so. Speaking of which, now that you've informed me, if one of them do come out, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, if you don't win the match against the Street Profits, then have fun getting your asses whooped by Stone Cold. He's the only person who makes sense.
Yep. Anyway.
It's a good old time beating up some funny bad guys.
Anyway.
But yeah, that is our weekly review. Make sure to tell your friends to check it out if they're a fan of wrestling, because, like I said, it'll be outdated by tomorrow night.
Yes, if you did not care about the last two things we talked about, I don't actually care. That might sound mean. Not trying to be mean, just saying. Okay, thanks for watching the weekly review of wrestling.
We will see you maybe next week, or possibly, depending, sometime this week. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good week. See you next week.